There's nothing more dangerous in this world than a humiliated man. Okay, so episode 1, American Horror Story, Cult. I'm a huge American Horror Story fan from season 1 all the way till now. I was a little late recapping this, but I'm going to try and keep it going weekly for you guys. So you'll probably get 2 this week because episode 2 is coming out soon. But after that, it'll be on a weekly basis. So I hope that you stick around and we can chat in the comments, and I want to know what you guys think more than anything. But okay, let's talk about it. We start off where it's the first episode is called Election. So election night, Trump versus Hillary. And it was a very familiar setting. You know, some of us during that November election were with a group of people, you know, hoping for one or the other to win. And others of us were by ourselves. And so we see both of those portrayed in this episode. Kai, he's this purple-haired young white guy that is played by Evan Peters. And we see him kind of, when Trump wins, humping the TV and screaming USA and acting very excited to the point where he even takes some Cheetos and blends them up into a orange mask, reminiscent of Trump. Allie, on the other hand, screaming bloody murder when Trump wins, and it is something that shocks everybody in the house with her, including her wife, Ivy, played by Allison Pill. So, I mean, this episode, it really brings us to find a little bit about the main characters, which are Sarah Paulson and Evan Peters. We know that we see them every season. We expect them every season, but it's always a surprise for me, and I get excited to find out who they're going to play, like what their characters are. I really love Sarah in Freak Show. That was probably my favorite of hers, but I'm really feeling hopeful about this character, Allie. She's playing a lesbian, married with a young son in today's world, and she's not, you know, she doesn't have any magical power. She doesn't have 2 heads like we're used to seeing. She is just this like run-of-the-mill Midwestern mom that has a bunch of phobias. Let's talk clowns. So do you guys remember when random creepy horror clowns were popping up all over the country in the woods? I remember I saw one on the freeway driving next to me. It was a very scary time during the election period. And, you know, we can laugh about it now, but I think Ryan Murphy may have taken a cue from that and turned it up about 30,000 notches. Freaking scary freaking clowns. Poor Allie is haunted by them from the beginning of this episode to the end, pretty much. From her son's obsession with Twisty, the murderous clown. He has a comic book that literally freezes her. She sees the picture of the comic book and she can't even move anymore. And then she starts seeing what she thinks are real clowns in the grocery store, chasing her on scooters with knives, in her car, pretty much everywhere. And real or not, it makes the chick go cray. Cray, cray. Can I have more wine?
Yes, you can have more wine.
Okay, so Kai lives with Winter. And whatever Kai is, it seems like Winter politically is the opposite. I mean, she's a Hillary supporter. She dropped out of college to campaign for Hillary. She's crying on the phone when we find out that Hillary loses. Yet there's some type of bond that they have. I can't figure out exactly what it is, but she's
sister.
Okay, maybe his sister. But they're, you know, they have this scene where she's clearly afraid of him. She states she's afraid of him, yet they have a really close connection. So I don't know what's going on with that. I hope to find out soon. So speaking of Winter, she creeps me the F out, okay? Like, she has like the goth thing going, but that's not what creeps me out. What creeps me out about her is she coincidentally becomes the nanny for Allie and Allie's wife, Ivy, their son, Ozzy. And during her first night of babysitting him, she shows him videos of dead bodies and people being murdered and the like. Back to the clowns. While Winter is nannying Ozzy, Ozzy sees this weird thing outside of his house. It's an ice cream truck. And who comes out of the ice cream truck but the same clowns that his mother saw in the grocery store? Maybe she's not so crazy. I don't know. We'll see. Actually, I predict that she is still crazy. Jose, my boyfriend, thinks that she's not crazy and that all the clowns are for real and everything's true.
And that the whole town is in on it.
And that the whole town is in on it, which would be a really cool twist.
Because it's a cult.
Of course, the episode couldn't end without at least one murder, right? In this case, those clowns that Ozzy saw, well, they killed the neighbors. Yeah, a husband and wife. Police are saying it's just a murder-suicide. So we'll see what unravels with that. I have some predictions of who may have caused the murder, if it was the clowns, if it wasn't the clowns. I want to know what you guys think. Leave me comments. Let me know what you thought of this episode, what you think of this season so far, and your predictions for next week. It was a pleasure chatting and recapping American Horror Story Cult episode 1. I'll see you guys next time.